Deputy O'Keefe, I know you'll set the standard. 30
Absolutely.
seconds.
Minister, when the IDA was split up and Enterprise Ireland was separated, for some reason all of the properties were left in the ownership of the IDA, even though the chance of foreign direct investment going to some of the locations that the IDA own land in is very, very small. Now, my belief is if you want a proactive use of these sites, they'd be much better transferred to Enterprise Ireland.
Ministers, 2 minutes.
Corlin, and thank you, Deputy O'Keefe. The availability of marketable service land and buildings in advance of demand remains a key element of the IDA's ability to compete for mobile foreign direct investment. Not only does a supply of properties help the agency to secure significant investment, but it also allows projects to begin at an earlier stage by diminishing difficulties associated with land acquisition, planning and construction. This is why the IDA's property services are important when it comes to supporting enterprise and job creation in Ireland. While the IDA itself is focused on inward investment, the agency manages its property portfolio for the benefit of both its own clients and, I think it's important, the clients of Enterprise Ireland as well. The IDA's property team, for example, works closely with Enterprise Ireland to support the need for indigenous companies who may be seeking appropriate properties. There is also ongoing engagement between the two agencies about the property needs of their respective clients. This includes the plan to develop campus-style property solutions to support and development and business collaborations. As regards the IDA's wider work in regional development, I want to emphasise that the IDA does its utmost to encourage its clients to locate or expand outside of the main cities. This is not just a priority for the agency, it is also a priority for the Department and for the Government. Indeed, the IDA is to continue to target the increase of investment by 30 to 40% in every region by the end of the current strategy 2019. The agency staff are also working hard to showcase the benefits of regional areas to firms considering investing and expanding in Ireland. At the same time, as I've said to you before, we must recognise that the final decision as to where they invest is always the companies alone that takes that decision. It is also the case that no matter what efforts that IDA or the government make to undermine the undoubled benefits of regional locations, that certain overseas companies will only consider investing in large number areas for various operational reasons. And this is a commercial reality. It is nevertheless important that the agency has a supply of available sites that can be offered to the IDA and EI firms considering making job-rich investments. This helps to encourage investors to initiate projects, particularly in the regions. It should also be stressed that the IDA works closely with the city councils and the county councils to ensure that the property acquisitions are in line with the local areas, county and city development plans. I want to emphasise... Okay, that's fine. Let's go forward.
We need another minute.
Thank the Minister for putting so much personal attention into answering everything except the questions that was asked to be addressed. And I know you spent a long time writing the reply, but it doesn't address the issue. Now, the simple issue is this, that IDA own all the sites. And yes, if Enterprise Ireland go and need a site, they will get a location or need a building. But these sites, in many cases in rural Ireland, are not being proactively managed. Now, I'm in the happy position, Minister, of being able to compare the IDA performance in my constituency outside of Galway City with the Údaráis performance, where they proactively manage the sites the Údaráis do and put them to multiple uses that create employment because they have an overarching responsibility. Minister, will you throw away the script and will you try to answer the question? Do you think it would be a good idea to consider transferring sites to the Enterprise Ireland, where the likelihood is much more likely that it would be indigenous development rather than FDI?
Ministers, 1 minute.
I think Ceann Comhairle, Deputy Cuív, should listen to the script, because I think in the script, and I'll say it without the script now, I said it quite clear to you, that both the IDA and Enterprise Ireland work together. This collaboration is extremely important for job creation in Ireland. Without that collaboration, and with those of the local enterprise offices as well, we wouldn't be in the position we are now, where unemployment is at 5.6%. IDA they may have idle sites, But those sites are important to the IDA because there may be some companies, whether they're overseas companies or indigenous companies, may wish to locate in a rural location, as we've seen in many instances in the past, including your own county in Galway. And so I think you're missing the point. These agencies are very professional. They have very professional people in them. They do, as I pointed out, work together. And if you look at the job creation, last year 57% of jobs, IDA jobs, were located outside the Greater Dublin area.
Okay.
And if you look at Enterprise Ireland, the statistics are even greater again. So that collaboration is extremely important.
Minister O'Keefe's final question.
My final question, Minister, you might come back to me and let me know what proactive plans the IDA have been engaged in relation to the IDA Park in Roundstone and in Ballinrobe. And you might also let me know whether Enterprise Ireland have been actively developing digital hubs in the same way that Oireachtas have been doing in these IDA-owned properties that are not used for any other purpose at the moment. So you might come back with those two pieces of information if you don't have them readily to hand.
Thank you very much indeed. And while I don't have the information in relation to your own areas in Roundstone and Ballinrobe and Galway, we'll make sure to get that information to you, Deputy Cuív. Can I just say to you in relation to digital hubs? Digital hubs are extremely important part of the creation of jobs in the regions. And that's why, again, if you had listened to my script as you talked about earlier, you will see that both Enterprise Ireland and the IDA work in close contact with the local authorities and the city councils throughout the country. And I'll give you an example in my own county, where recently 4 digital hubs were opened by Clare County Council in the smaller towns to enhance and ensure that there is a digital hub near people in rural areas. So digital hub is a priority. The government is currently preparing a national digital strategy. We'll be launching the Future Jobs on Sunday. So this is a priority for all of us, including the regions. But again, I want to state to you, the collaboration that exists between our 2 main agencies, Enterprise Ireland and the IDA, working hand in hand, one in the indigenous sector and one on foreign direct investment. And if there is a site that's available that the IDA own in a rural part of Ireland that's idle at the moment, and Enterprise Ireland are looking for a location there, they will work together to ensure that that site is made available. Thank you.